Hello, right. This was going to be obviously a time lapse. It's gone from this as another session. So last session I was literally about to start this off. So it's going to look funny. So I'm going to literally sort of jump straight into this. Going to refill this because I would have run out almost straight away. Yeah, I literally had to end the previous session very quickly. So, well, no, I did actually. Yeah, I'd got stuff to do. So yeah, smashing. So what I'm doing is I've set the course. So yeah, I'm just going to come straight out of the time lapse and sort of start straight from this and tie the two together. So literally, yeah, I've got this going. I'm going to lime and that the two fields. I am quite pleased with what we've done, but I do want to put a bit of a road in. But I don't know that I've got that grass quite broad enough to actually do that. So, right, I'm going to set the worker going, who is the lady of the video. Ooh, that's not doing that any good. That's not the way to do it. Ooh, heaven forfend that I tell you, lady of the video, how to drive a tractor. Yes. You yeah, smash it. So let's have a look. I'm sure that it looked like it was all spot on. Yeah, it did. Now, what's that yellow? There's some stalks there. So I need to go over that manually when I've finished. Hopefully I remember. It's not nothing terrible, though. It really isn't. Right, so we need the pass-through weights, which... Where is that? Should have been there. Did I pick that up again? Oh, I bet you any money I've left it on that. I bet I have. Yes, I have, I remember. I do. Left it at the back. So, how do I... Where is the front box? It is, I think it's on the other tractor if I remember rightly. And if so, to be honest, that is more of a tractor. No, that's taking speed down. It's here, isn't it? Yes, we had rather strange. Well, I just grabbed whatever was there. So I'm not sure how much we're going to get off this. I mean, the soy is the best, as I said, but yeah, I'm seriously not sure. I'm going to lime them both because obviously we've... Did we buy? No, we didn't. Can we afford to buy? I think we can. Yeah, let's buy these. The data for these. Only because, again, it is what I said before about purchase soil information. Ooh, yes, but that's a bit nasty. Ooh. Oh yeah, we did know, didn't we? We did know it was a good field. Yeah, let's not act... Well, no, I wasn't trying to act with feigns. No, I really seriously... I had sort of forgotten. It was not at the surface of my mind, it was deeper. Very... Very Eastern. Yes. Yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this, if I'm honest. Yeah, Whoa. Yeah, not bashing that around though. Right, so lime. Not sure. Yeah, of the two, I would say this, if anything, is going to cope with it. Has anybody else ever put the fertiliser on the front? When I played myself, I did, because it does work fine. But yeah, we've got one with fertiliser. Which one's got the fertiliser? Now look at the colour. Yeah, the one at the front's lime. The one at the back is fertiliser. Yes, I do like it. Right, so lime. Let's get these two lime manually. Yeah, I'm well chuffed with this. I'm just trying to finish this session off, which really is... then we need to move slightly, otherwise it does weird things. And 3. That way, if we are worried about... It should manage with 2 tons at the front. Yeah, it's not like we're that far away, is it really? Come on. No, it isn't. That is true. Yeah. Yes, I am chuffed with this, but I am sort of... I've gone out a little bit on a limb because it isn't truthfully the best of things to... Yeah, it's the one harvest, but as I also said, it's not the end of the world if we have to speed through, or we do some contracts. That is the other sort of option. Yeah, it is. It wasn't the end of the world. Didn't say we couldn't. It's just that I really did want to feature our farm more. I do try to do that. And if I'm honest, I always find you get far more work done, and I don't know whether other content creators do that because it stretches out the Let's Play. That is a possibility, doing contracts does, but I actually like to concentrate on our farm. I truly do. That way it's all related to our farm. I've never really struggled with... I think I did that on my very first Let's Play, which I always forget. Greenwich Valley. Thank you, brain. Yes, Greenwich Valley. Now that is one of my absolute... And I know I say this a lot, but it really is a beautiful... yeah, that is the one I was talking about the other day, if you were watching, and I was trying to describe one. It was Greenwich Valley, where Mr. CDP, one of my favourite Let's Plays that he did... Not one of his. He seemed to jump ship very quickly on that one. Whether I can't remember if a map of one of his could have been an Alien Gym map popped or something like that, and he'd got to go and do that. So why is that white? Gone out like that. That's a bit weird. Let's go back and so I want 2 of those. Yes, I'm getting back into my old habits with this. Did used to do something similar to the transporter in FS19. Yes. Ooh. Okay. We are getting a lot of that error. I don't know what it's... yeah, why? Okay. What I want to know is... right, let's pull up the lines first. I think you were going up. You've not left the course. All you needed to do was flip round here and go straight down. You've got plenty of seeds. It is, I've got to say, courseplay really is behaving ever so strangely. This left the course malarkeys. I've never seen it before. It's certainly not on any of the... no, we don't want any. Not on any of the experimental ones. This is the proper version for FS22, and it's, yeah, glitching something chronic. Yeah, it seems to happen. I first saw it on Stone Valley, the other Stone Valley, with the forage wagon, when every time we came to empty it, it kept saying that. Even though it hadn't left the course at all, it was just, yeah, it was like it just collapses and says, no, don't know what I'm doing. That's very, very strange. Yeah. Right, so... weeding. We should check, see if anything needs weeding, because I can't wait. And, yes, last session, or no, actually it's this session, earlier, you will see the bit about the Forschritz. What on earth is she doing? Reversing like that. I'm not surprised. Oh, it's actually flipped that time. I do apologise, lady. That was a wally of a man this time. Well, actually it's AI, so it's neither male nor female. If we're going to get, yeah, spot on, it's a computer amalgam. Is that the right word? I'm sure it is, actually. Right, anyway. No point in liming that just yet. Oh, this is bizarre. All I think you needed to do, if I'm reading this course correctly, is go up to the top and then come round. I wonder if it's too sharp for them. Right. Ah, I've lowered the wrong thing. One thing I did, the D-Glide may have noticed, in my earlier when I was doing the ploughing, you'll notice I lifted the plough, but I didn't lift the seeder, and I know in real life it really would do damage. Now that I'm only using one implement, I am doing that. I did it for, again, it is like what we're saying, it slows things down if you've got to go like clickety-click, clickety-click, clickety-click all of the time, over and over again, and it would have slowed things down. So there's sometimes you sort of make that call to, Well, I'm going to lift the plough because, again, the realism thing, obviously some people may have not noticed that I did do that, whereas the eagle-eyed amongst you who are, yeah, looking for my level of realism, I do try my best, but there are some times when you'd be flicking from one implement to the next, so I thought, I know game mechanics will allow it, it's not something I would like to do. Like now, I'm not, because I'm only playing with one implement. Right, it's a little bit in that corner. But when I've got to flick from one implement to another, backwards and forwards, it would have really slowed things down and made it horrible. So, right, let's put that down. I think, if I'm right, it's triangular. Always when things come to a triangle, it seems weird, even with courseplay. So, just see if I'm correct. I am. So that might happen again if... Yeah, I was explaining, wasn't I? Yeah, so I was explaining about that this morning. Yeah, the foreshrit that we have bought, the weeder that also can cultivate and roll as well, actually, strangely enough. We will probably buy all of that, but I would like a low load. I don't want to like going backwards and forwards all of the time to the shop, because it is a trek and I don't want to be resetting or being tempted to reset, and I don't want to be using even though store deliveries, there's nothing wrong with it, I often use it in an emergency when I've got to. Yeah, truthfully, if it's going to ruin the flow of a session and I'm in the middle and I've got to do something, I will often use store deliveries. It is a little bit, it's not what I don't particularly like doing that, but again, play balance does come into it. Yeah, I thought so. Yes, and she's down that. Elizabeth was down that bottom end of the field, so I am right. It's that sharp bit. Oh, I don't know. No, it is. They can't turn. It's too sharp. So then they start backing, and then the game's telling them that the physics are not nice with the implement, and then they give up. So actually, though, did you come back? I think you did. Just see if this goes on and doesn't go down to the other end. I am right. Right, let's try nearest. No, actually. Oh, so why did you? So let's just see what happens then, because that's the only thing that made any sense to me, that they couldn't turn around and they'd start to reverse. But there is plenty of room there. I'm gonna have to delete that course and try again. Yeah, reverse. Yeah, you're going to give up? I think I need more headlands then, if that's the case. Yes, I did, because you were going to give up the ghost in a minute. I know you were, because we've been watching you. So I expect to take over in a minute. Yes, now then. Can I remember what I was telling you? Yes, the foreshrit. Yeah, it was... It's me that got it wrong, and it was only in editing when I noticed that when you originally bought the foreshrit, you'd got an option to have two different configurations. I almost stumbled upon it a few times. My wording, what I actually said, I thought you were so close to actually figuring out what was wrong. There were two configurations, and it says it was for Harrows, and I got the other standard configuration. So all I need to do is literally take the foreshrit in front of the tool thing and change its configuration, and then re-pick up the things. And I do think I'm right, though. I do think it's an excellent thing. I reckon that whoever the modder is who made that, had they have done a little bit of a better job, I reckon it would have been used by... here we go, the reversing again. Not enough headlands. They're going to give up the ghost when they get halfway down and say they've left the course. Yes, Andy, I did take over because you are being a wally. Well, no, that's a bit harsh, really. It really is. Yes, it is a flippant comment. It is. Oh, there's a few stalks and that there as well. I need to, yeah, quite a bit. Although, to be honest, I think what we'll do is those type of things. It was very pretty of me what I did, but I think not very practical. So I think we'll... I don't know why. The painting should cost you $2 or... I knew the second I said that was on £5 earlier on my Thornton. Yes, and eject. Let's eject 3. So I think we can... No, let's do 2. Ah, why did you choose the other side? Yeah, I think we're safer to have 2, to be honest, in this rather than fully. It's not like, as I say, we've got far to go to this. I do like this in the middle malarkey, but yeah, I do think I've got to alter the course. We need more headlands, definitely. Yeah, so we're going to get the fortress. I'm going to solve the puzzle. I might actually do a mod review on this, because to be honest, piecing together what the loony farm sim guy said, I think we got all of the pieces of the puzzle, if I'm honest. I think we can figure it out. Yes, Sarah, I'm not surprised you left the course. Ah, oh, okay, must have actually done that then. But be careful, you're so close to catching that then. I would presume I actually did do that. Watch the tent. Right, smash him. Right, let's stick this back. Let's get into good habits and stick everything where it should be. Yeah. Yes, I'm looking forward to us buying the new... What I'm going to do is where we have missed the corners, I'm going to literally... I wonder why it does skitter. When you press reverse, it skitters forward sometimes. Does anybody know that? I would love to know that. Is it physics? Some kind of physics? Or is it because you've still got some motion in the motor to go the other way? I'm really not sure. I would love to know. Right. So then, we need to, first things first. Let's get the corners done, because I know what I'm like. You all know what I'm like. I'm a terror for forgetting things. Let's just get all these corners painted with a little bit of grass. Yes, I know I shouldn't really worry about such things. It's true, I shouldn't. I don't know why. In normal life, it is. My wife would be the first to say I'm messy and tidy. I don't like dirtiness, but messy doesn't bother me very much at all. But in this game, you wouldn't believe the petty little hates I've got for corners and stuff like that. Yeah, that's still got... I can still see that it's not... Actually, that one's done. That one is 2 for some reason, so we seem to have done a good job on those. That one not so much. I don't know, yeah, I really don't know why this bothers me so much. Ah, now that's a bit wider, I can see the stalks. Yeah, quite a bit wider actually. Yeah, it's not, I don't like the jaggediness of that. But I can see the stalks anyway, so we're not hurting anything there. Ooh. Yeah, this bit here, I don't like that. Ah, it's working this time, which goes to prove I've neither switched any mod off or not. For some reason then this morning it actually didn't charge me for doing this kind of painting, and I've no idea. Mods do crash. Well, I was saying that on Thornton. I was literally doing everything properly with the manual attach, and the same happened in another session last time actually. Let me just, I'm going to do one entire row there. Yeah, do that. Yeah, basically one of the so I hate this, I'm not very good at multitasking. One of the trailers crashed and it would not let me plug the wires in even though I was holding it down. And then obviously the next session we used it again, and it did prove me totally true, because it did actually plug the wires in itself. Today actually, the session I've posted today did actually do it properly, so it did prove me that I was not lying, that I really had said what, really had. Right, that's there. Yeah, so I don't like cheating, as you know I say that I don't, but I really don't. I hate cheating with a passion. It's no point. Now Alexa's going to say think I stopped. You're allowed to touch a screen. I've got one of the shows, the first generation, the cheaper ones. I got it on a special. I think one last Black Friday. It was ever so reasonable. Anyway, yeah, enough of enough of normal life. We're here for Farming Simulator. Yeah, so the Forschritt, I will get back to it. Right, I think I can concentrate again now. We're going to set, I think we're going to set a traditional worker going, if I'm honest. I think they will manage much better. We just have to go, yeah, we're going to do the tidy up in that corner that I can see, the little tiny corners where it fans out on all of the turns. I can see the stalks, and I can see the stalks on that. Let's lift it properly. Yeah, so the Forschritt, we're going to solve the mystery of the Forschritt. This, well, hopefully, and I'm hoping it's going to be as easy as I'm making it sound. Yes, I truly do, because I know what these things go like. But yeah, I think if that modder, I will spit out my words, if that modder had paid a little bit more attention. The other thing is also making it easy. As if, I think Mr. Silly P did a mod review, and I saw him the day after he put basically, I think it was Farmer Tom or something like that, and he'd got the, I think it was the actually, yeah, the, you have to like arch your shoulder like you would in real life, and put your shoulder to it, and then it pops. That it's all right, but the more complicated you make things for people, the more people will flame you and say, oh, this is a load of rubbish, because it's not. Yeah, the more you do things like everybody else in a simple way, the simpler the better, the more chance you've got of people you're doing, using your mod. I think the more complicated you make things, the more difficult, the more chance you've got of people not using your things. That's what I personally think. Well, it's the way I feel, and I always sort of think when I look at things, like, right, this, I can see those stalks there as well. Yes. Again, I think this one, the Forschritt, the loony farm sim guy, he said it himself. He said game changer or question mark, I think. And the bottom line is, I know exactly what he was trying to say. Had it been done better, it does three things. It would be I think it was a 12-meter cultivator. In fact, yeah, let's look. Let's not, because I don't want to do anybody a service. Let's just set a traditional worker going here, and yeah, let them finish that patch. And we are going to take a look at what I'm talking about. So it's not in cultivators either, for some reason, as he correctly pointed out. For some reason, even though it isn't a power harrow, it's actually in the power harrow section. It's 2000, sorry, this one. I thought they were all one, but they're not. So there's 3 of the seed harrows, the same as there's 3 of the one that we've got for, and that's obviously a cultivator. I don't know if it's a shallow, but to me those tines look as shallow cultivator. So that's a 12-meter cultivator for 11,000 that needs only 50, 150, and however much the, yeah, I don't know how much the truck, we'll have a look at that in a minute. And then the weeders likewise, again it's 3 of these, they're only 1,000, again 12-meter weeder for, I mean, let's face it, you can use the same trolley, but I've got to be honest, I would only fancy connecting those once and leaving them on because of how awkward it is to actually connect. That's my point, really, is that's how difficult it is for you to do that. Rollers likewise, now there are 3-meter rollers, and there's a 4 of those that you would choose. He was also right, if you just touch any of them, just knock them, they go a long way away, so it's a nightmare for you to connect them that very first time. So there's no way I would make switches. Had it been done differently, that they stuck where they were and things like that, just a few little tweaks, and I've got to be honest, I think that would be one of the best stupendously priced thing. Again, you wouldn't mind hooking it up and letting go if it was, as like that good. It's so reasonably priced, but it is a nightmare. And like he said in the video, Most people would have given up by now, and I thought you're spot on. Actually, most people, if it's not, doesn't make any sense, or it's rock solid and it starts to stress you out, most of us think it's not worth it. And that's what it did. He's a professional, and you could tell we did a better job. Again, we were on PC, so I could use the super strength, and I did. Anybody who's ever watched my videos, that is probably the very first time you've ever seen me use super strength, because I feel so strongly about it. But I did. It was a time and a place. It really was a game mechanics issue, and I thought this is the only time really you should do it. Or Thornton revamped. It's got a funny place where you reset, so again I think going forwards on that, even though it's totally unrealistic, I would say turn away a minute, because otherwise you've got to drive 30 minutes out of your way to the very bottom of the map, because the reset point's in a weird place at the bottom of the map. So again, time and a place for everything. I do hate it with a passion, but there is a time and a place. So right, let's grab this. Yeah, let's go and sort that out now, and I'll show you, well, I hope that I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Yes, there's a bit of a stalk there, I can see it. Now, first things first, I need to unfold it. Ooh, it's jittering though because of me. Yeah, basically when you reconfigure it, the couplings appear in a different place. If you, yeah, ooh. Okay. Interesting. Okay, that is interesting. Right, okay, it appears to have got stuck. Whether we can free this with the bigger tractor, whether its horsepower's enough, we shall see. I do believe our work has finished. I'm hoping it is just a horsepower thing. I did see a couple of stalks somewhere there in that corner, just a tiny. I do hate that. I think that was it. Right, have we got space enough? Well, being as we're not really using the mowers very much, it doesn't really matter if we, yeah, block them in. Truthfully, I'm not a massive fan of blocking things in, but yeah, we're not going to be using those. And let's face it, it's not the end of the world if you've got to shift something out of the way. Right, okay. Let's lift that and let's drop that in front of the post. Do love the way that actually corrects itself. I think that's fantastic. I'm not sure if this is snagged in the tree. No, we didn't put it here, so again this has rolled. Yeah. So is this going to win? Ooh. Is it snagged on the actually edge of the map? Ah. It did move. I don't think it was... Right, so what we need to do is roll this in front of, we need to unfold it. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Very interesting. Right, so that should be enough. Let's let go of that. Now then, this should, yeah, this is what he was on about. That movement just wanders all over the place. It's not good. So it's the actual customize. We want the connection to be for harrows. Yes. Now that should set them, basically the couplings, you will notice now those eyelets that were further in are now out. Now we may have to move, that's true, they might not be in the right place, in fact they're not. Yeah, so again we will do exactly what we did earlier. I'm going to put super strength on. Going to lift, pull this now. This is where you've got to be careful because it touches the thing it's closest to. Yeah. Ooh. Did something very strange. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Let's try and drag that a little. That's not far off. Yeah, the couplings. Now this should have a space now. That's not far off. The middle one is. That needs dragging a little this way. No, that's not what I meant to do. But that's what I did. Right, let's see if we hook up. Are we close enough? Because we shouldn't be far off. It's a shame that we are. There is also another way you can tell this to unfold, and it will literally show you the tines. I could never figure out why, you know, how to get the middle one in with those wheels where they are. Well, that's what you do. You tell it to lift it or lower it, and attach. And the middle one is not quite right. Which, yeah, that's the one. If any, I expected to not be right. No, let me show you. Ooh. Yeah, let me turn that off. The hand has to go grey. Right, okay, smash it. So then we need to... Yeah, it's not actually connected, is it? Yeah, it's snagged on it. Whoop. No, I'm going to fly if you don't let go in a minute. Yeah. Right, let's ooh, lucky I got away with that. It usually throws the tractor. Yeah, so if you fold the coupling trolley, or make sure you've got the right one selected, fold coupling trolley, it should flip the wheel upwards like that. Which if you then reverse, now obviously it's doing something weird because I've got that middle one wrong, but normally that would then show you, with those on the ground, you could roll over with those wheels being where they are. So that is... It's not... Okay, I think we're going to have to try to do a reset. Now this does actually... Right, let's reset the middle one, because I don't think there's any way I'm getting that out. It's sort of snagged. Oh, it's going to be so difficult for me to actually get that particular thing, isn't it? We need to do loading stations, tip stations, and productions, and others. Right, it's only showing one. No, it's going to probably make a worse mess. So let's try to see if we can... I know how we could do this. Ah, of course it can't see it. It can't let go because it's not actually connected. A bit silly now. No, it's not letting me grab it. It's sort of like can't separate it. I suppose if we're prepared to use super strength. No, it's that one. Aha. Now his theory was... Now yes, I'm not so sure. This is what he was saying himself. It's so very willful. It doesn't go where you want it to go. Because obviously they flipped over. That means... That's true. Are they? Yeah, that's where the couplings are. So if you could reverse it to where that is, the couplings in theory... should pretty much, yeah, you can see. Yeah, and this is what I was saying, and this is why most people would give up. I would as well. I'd think it's not worth it. Yeah, it's a fantastic idea, and had it been delivered well. Right, okay, let's do a combination, because this is exactly why you would use super strength. Still snagged. It is. They've sort of become one. Right, smashing. I believe, let's drop that. We need to twizzle this the opposite way round. Like that. If what he said was correct. Now, this was the theory, I didn't actually watch it, but I think he's right. I think that should, if you go backwards and the tines connect almost right, but it should let you have it. What about if you fold it on top of it like that? Oh, yes, not very pretty, but it does work. Okay, let's try that again then. Let's try and do exactly the same thing. Again, it's still not as it should be. We shouldn't need him to be doing this type of thing. Can't quite get my hand right. It's almost like it's stuck in the ground. Yeah, it is. Even super strength won't help me with that. It's sort of... Now, this is a little trick I learned a long time ago. If ever you get a piece of equipment that's stuck in the ground, run over it. Yes, I know in real life, I would now have burst tyres. Luckily for us, this is a game. But it does work, it frees it from the ground. The amount of times I've also figured out another thing that was a mystery that I realise now what I had to do. So this should now lift, because you can see that the 3-point section is... Ooh, it says... Ooh, it's still got some in the ground. Yeah, I can see part of the frame is... okay. Right, let's... Yes, this is terrible. Yeah, and this is what I'm saying, and I think this is what everybody would recognise, is how long are you going to waste faffing around trying to get something like this working that should just connect. Yeah, you can see the potential. It's such a shame that the modder actually didn't sort of finish this off. It has come out. Ooh. So it only seems to like to be touched in certain parts of the frame. Okay, let's try and get this as close to that as possible. And we can drop the thing over again like we did last time. Which should, if we go back enough, do that horrible flippy thing again, because it is... It's almost like it's the wrong way. Mind you, it is. Let's see if we can do something about that. Right, okay. Yes, that's because I'm lifting the actual bed rather than the frame. I am actually technically the wrong way, aren't I? If I do complete flip around. Whoa. Yeah. Like that. Now the tines are facing... That should actually do it. Gordon Bennett. Yes, if you think I would take this to pieces again once I've won this prize... Right, we need to... Ooh. Let's just see if the hand goes white. No, it's gone grey again, so smashing. Right, that should now, if I move slightly, and it allows me to go back to the right place. Yeah, not quite, am I? Right, yeah, and this is if it lets me. It does not like reverse. This is the other problem. Doesn't go. It fights you. thank goodness for that. Whoa. Now, one 12-metre weeder that has the ability to nitrogen. Needs rolling, it says, so it doesn't talk about weeds. No, neither of them. And of course this does also roll. Well, but if you, there's no way on this earth that is going to be left in that configuration, as far as I'm concerned, forever. Yeah, but the nasty thing is it seems to roll around. And of course it is very willful even for this, and again this is something else that's going to put you off. If an implement fights you and it's squirrely, as he said, I love that word, I think that's amazing, then again, yeah, it's do you seriously want to keep battling with it? And the answer to that from my perspective would be no. Alright, so rolling, we will pass this time, which is a shame. We're going to lose a 2% bonus, which is a bit of a... Let's first of all though make sure that it looks like, yeah, other than those few yellow stalks from the previous crop, yeah, there's a lot of stones. I do know this. It is what it is. As, again, we are on danger money, so yeah, I was talking about in fact no, it was on Rombos? Was it Attingham? Yeah, I'll talk about that one. I sort of found another mystery and solved it, but when I realised what it was and what I had done wrong. Right, so then, I think we are going to, let's just check. I know I would have checked this, but yeah, I do remember the 40-metre spread. Right, so we have done everything that we can. We have, that's true, let's speed this up till tomorrow. We've got a tent now, Mr. Smith, so you can, yes, go to, well, speed the month way is a nicer way to put it. No animals to worry about at the minute. Yes, we should go till tomorrow morning, and we shall see what the fields say then about weeding and such like. The only trouble is I find if it does say weeding this today, it doesn't. Huh. Smashing. Just says needs rolling, which it always will, so that's smashing. We should see as well if this is quite big enough, this separator. Let's have a look on the map if I was right, and I was. Ooh, not quite, no. Although I suppose if I'd have done it I split it in the middle of that section there. Because if I'd have gone, I suppose the true middle would have actually been about there. Yeah, because the real field ended about there, so I think actually that was probably would have had a small, but again, it separates our farm perfectly well. We've got a way of getting to all sides, so I'm quite happy with that. It's not perfect, but right, so then, in fact, you know something, let's have a look. Oh wow, sprayer. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, the Rubicon. See, like that, that's nice, beautiful planter it is, and you can do everything all in one go. That is very good. We haven't got an IT runner pack now. Do we need, that is a point, we are going to need a, yes, actually that's not bad. What we're going to do is we're going to buy that for now for 5,000, and in the future we will indeed buy that. Oh dear me, I had forgotten about that. That's why I don't like looking around with the resets, for that very reason. Right, reset to the shop, my bad. Are we going to be able to, can we get past that? Ooh, just. Wow, that was very lucky, although I seem to have almost blocked the road. But you know, seriously. Good job we've got the header in that here already. I think, to be honest, again, this is what I was saying, I think what we're going to do is just speed through. It's a shame we haven't got 20,000. Yes, I know we have technically, but yeah, Yeah, it is. It is a shame. It really is. But no, that's why we've got the weeder for. Really, so we didn't need that for now. Right, so we're going to literally speed through right until the month that we're harvesting. I just want to waste as little time as possible and get us straight to the harvest. We've done all field work. I've got nothing else, no ties. We have one field to concentrate on, and as far as I'm concerned, that's what we're going to do. And then I'm going to leave it at the fact that next session we're going to harvest. So I do want to concentrate on our farm, really. Right, I would say, was it July or August? I think for this, it's quite an early crop, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. It's a late. It's October, November. Gordon Bennett, seriously? It's got ages. Tell you what we're going to do is... Oh, that's that new one. Nope, that's not what I was looking at. That was what I was wanting to look at. Now this, I believe, has got the chance to have a rear... Oh no, perhaps it hasn't. I thought this could actually go... Right, we can't afford it. It's as simple as that. It really is. Right, I think what we're going to do is we're going to absolutely just go straight through. We're going to look at the... I am going to time-lapse this. I am. And I have started to put the timestamps on any... If you notice on YouTube, for the ones that have time lapses, you will see like a slider bar and you'll see little tiny lines. That is the beginning and ending of the time lapses, so you can go to that. And if I'd start to do mod reviews inside a session, I think I'll do them on their own, but if I did, I'd also put that in that chapter where you can hover your mouse over the line and you can see little tiny lines basically if you look at this slider, and if you lean it over it'll tell you what it is. It will say time-lapse 1 and end of time-lapse 1, because I can call it what I like basically as a chapter. So we're going to speed up time. We're going to straight through. Oh, I love the lamp. That is amazing. Yeah, we're going to literally sweep straight through till this is ready to harvest, because this is what I wanted to concentrate on. This is the downside, obviously, to the fact that we've not got the grass. So let's just burst through. And 8 o'clock indeed. We will check the sales. Might you do any? No, I won't time lapse. I'm just going to literally go zip straight through, check this. You're not going to stay very long really by time lapsing it. It does only take about... Oh, beautiful, truthfully beautiful. Right, let's literally sleep 8 o'clock. And I need to keep my eyes on the months, because it's easy to literally burst through, although hopefully I would see the colour of the soy to my left and see that it was ready. Although, in saying that, if I was a little too quick, I could literally... you could get the wave that sweeps through, so that's not always true. Yeah, nothing there of interest to us. So September, October, November. Yeah, this is the bit I don't really particularly like, where you're going through, but again, it is what it is. We're not really looking for the sales. We're looking at them, but what we are actually doing is going through. Oh wow, sugarcane harvester. That's a good price. Yeah, nope, good enough. So just check. I am right. It is next month, and we did actually sow this at its earliest, so it should... Alright, I'm going to go to no... Oh, no we're not, because it'll do that weird thing. We'll stay on 8 until we do a bit of work, and then we should be able to power through from 9 till 9. Yeah, like today we'll be doing some work. Well, hopefully today. Should. Yes, fantastic. Brilliant. Ready to harvest. Right, okay. Ooh, I don't somehow think we can afford that. That is a good price for that, but we haven't got anything. The rice, we've got a yeah, again, it is all good, but don't know how much we're going to get off this. We don't have a silo, that's the one thing I am going to say, and we are going to need a silo. We've also taken up a bit of room with that now, so do we all... I think the best price, if I remember rightly, for this is in June, so we do... Really, I think the price is terrible for the rest of the year. Yeah, it's... Look, June is the height, and it's really at its lowest. Look at that, 517 at its lowest. What would we get now? October. Again, it's only just marginally above that. If we look at current prices, they're plummeting. We can get double that if we wait, so we are going to need a silo. We're going to need to store it in a silo. Our money is staying pretty much solid. Let's have a look. Let's see best. I'd love to put it in the middle where I did say, but I don't think it'll allow me, because that mod, the toolboxy type mod, it's got quite a large footprint, which I suppose we could do away with that and move that somewhere else. It's not a bad idea. Now then, can I remember how to do these? Because there's one window. Yeah, I was right. Right, okay. We're going to do something about that then. We're also going to stick the interactive zone markers on. I'm not sure. I think I can remember this time, but I'm not 100% sure. Right, so unfortunately we are going to have to get rid of you for now, because it's more important that our silo goes where it's supposed to go. So silo, I am treading in the crop. Yeah. Oh. No, that's fine. I am going to probably very slightly damage the crop, but it should be very slightly. That's why I love this. It's amazing. I don't want this too close. That's too close to the... that's about as good as it's going to get. I don't think that did do any damage. Oh, wow. Right, interactive zone markers off. Smashing. Now, I think what we will do is probably place the toolbox, if it allows me. The toolbox is not quite so finicky, but the one thing you've got to remember is if you're going to put paint under it, do it before you place it. Yeah, not like I always do. Well, I should have checked really that it might not. Right, so that's gravel. Buildings, tools. Let's try the toolbox. It's not usually too fussy. Yeah. And it doesn't matter that it's set back. Orange tabs forward. And that is another reason I like the toolbox mod. Yeah, I do like that gravel. That is so absolutely realistic. I've gone a bit mad with it though, I might add. But yeah, that's smashing. So we've still got a tool. Have I got... No, I haven't. I've not bought the hose pipe mod, have I yet? That's going to rectify that now. I do like that. It's amazing. Very good value, as well as it's with you when you need it. We do have special things in all the backs of our tractors. Oh, it's done it. Yeah, it's done that weird thing. Oh well, I was going anyway, so yeah, I don't know what this is. It's about something about that mod. You know, when you pull that out, it does something weird. It doesn't always do it, but it does sometimes. It gets this fuzz. I've seen it about 3 or 4 times, and it's always when you buy a mod that's a chainsaw or that, and then you have to completely come out of the game. It's a game mechanics problem. So you haven't been drinking, honest, it's just gone a bit blurry. Right, anyway, yeah, next session we are going to be harvesting our field. I don't know how much we're going to get. It's not going to be a fortune. That's true. What are we going to do afterwards? Yeah, that is true. I never really sort of thought. I just thought, oh, I'm not going to do grass again. Yes, you do. Now then, there's nothing more we can plant now till next year either, because we've missed the planting. No, we haven't. We could do a straight turnaround for wheat or barley. Barley's the soonest crop to be harvested as well. Isn't that June? Yes, it is. So to be honest, we could get our harvest ready. We could rush through the winter. Again, we're just concentrating on our farm. We can rush through the winter and our harvest will be ready once we plant this session. We've got a lot of work to do this session, but if we do that, replant the barley, then it'll be ready on the very month that we sell our first thing. And barley is such... Am I thinking this? No, I am. No, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I was thinking I'd got it the wrong way around, but no, I am right. So then we could harvest our barley. When does barley... What is the best month for barley? I can't remember. December, so the opposite end. So I know that's the point. We might go into chickens, you know. I've not done chickens. I keep threatening I've done them in one Let's Play Bromback, but I didn't actually do them properly. They were just there and I didn't really pay much attention to them, and I certainly didn't do the most out of them, so it was not... Oh no, I did actually. I did do quite well out of the chickens, thinking about it. But they were part of the farm that we bought, so yeah, I didn't do it myself, I suppose I could say. Anyway, enough waffling. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Yeah, and well, at least we have got to the bottom of the Fortschritt. Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare, but it is a shame. I really do wish the model would sort of finish it off, because could be so potentially fantastic that it's unbelievable. But it is, as the Looney Farm Sim guy said, game changer or question mark. Yes, so far I would say or question mark. And on that note, I am going to say goodbye for now.